Good evening, guys. Good to be with you, even if it's electronically here. I'm sorry I'm not with you in person. I'm back home tonight. Phyllis and I had the chance to meet with exec on Thursday, and as our meeting was wrapping up, I got a call from back home that one of my cousins had passed away. And so services are tonight and then Monday. So I'm back with family. And I'll be back, back in town later Monday night, so that's why I'm not with you here this evening. I apologize for that. I know you're having some rush school tonight, so I really wanted to spend a couple minutes giving you some tips from my perspective regarding rush. I don't think things have changed that much since I was an undergrad at Bradley rushing guys, so I think I've got some experience that I can pass on to you. But let me begin by saying, Rush Week is the most important week of the year. You guys need to be enthusiastic about things, pulling for one another, enthusiastic with one another, and enthusiastic towards the rushies. All right, this week brings in new people. When we get into Rush, that's the week that brings in new guys, and so we really have to be fired up on our best game the entire time. I think you have to do then two things when you're meeting with guys. You need to ask open-ended questions, let the rushie talk. You want the potential new members, the people we're rushing, to feel comfortable and at ease with us, and you can do that by letting them talk. You want to be a good listener, be an active listener. You want to be looking at them. You want to be giving them positive feedback with an occasional nod of the head. Give them then some good positive vibes. And then as you listen to them, if you can identify that they may have something in common with another brother, then you want to make sure that you get the rushie and the brother connected so that they can have a conversation as well. So look for those commonalities between the rushies and the rest of the brothers. And when you're done with a conversation, then you'll want to find some time to take some notes. Whether you have an index card in your pocket and something to write with, or whether you're going to take some notes on your phone, that doesn't matter. But it's good when you're done with the conversation to excuse yourself, go somewhere private, jot down a couple of things: guy's name, hometown, major if you found it out, if there's an interest there that he may have. Again, keep track of that. That's good for a couple of reasons. One, when you discuss the people you met on a nightly basis after the rush, the rush session, you might be able to then keep things straight in your mind. But then also, if you didn't get a chance to have the rushie and a brother that may have something in common meet, then you guys can begin strategizing who we're going to have talk to who for the next rush session. That was always a really important thing for us. If we knew we had commonalities between people, we wanted to get them together to really try to seal the deal for DU. And you need to be willing to talk about DU. We're the only, and we need to be proud of who we are. We're the only non-secret fraternity not only on campus, but in the country. And we need to play that up. We don't need to talk about other fraternities. We don't need to talk about any of the other fraternities on campus. We're going to talk about DU, but we can talk about it in the context of we're the only non-secret fraternity and we're proud of that. Then you can build on that during the conversation by saying, hey, if there's something you want to know about us, ask us. We can tell you. We're no secrets. We don't haze. We don't have, duties for the new pledges. That was one of the things I know when I was being rushed that appealed to me about DU. So play that up. Be proud of who we are. Know our 4 founding principles. You should be able to tell those to any other brother at the drop of a hat, and you should be able to do it in about 5 seconds. Those are things that are really important, and those are things I'm not sure we can do yet. Get into the Cornerstone if you don't know what those are for Rush Week and learn them. And then I think you want to play up the fact that because we're going to be a chapter soon, but we're still growing. Our numbers are growing. We might be low now, but we're growing. That means there's opportunity for especially for younger guys to get involved. Because we're not an established house on chapter, in those houses it takes a while for people to build up to a leadership role. If you really want to be active in DU, you can get involved from day one. Not everybody else can play that card, so use it. And then finally, I'm going to end by just reviewing how you make a proper introduction. When you make an introduction, you always introduce the person who's most important or most senior in that introduction. You use their name first, and you introduce that person to the others. So in our case for Rush, when you've got a rushee, we'll just make up the name of a guy. We'll call his name John Doe. Pretty original. John Doe, I'd like you to meet my brother, Mason Dowling. Always start with the most senior or important ranking person and introduce him to the less senior or less important person. And then if there's a commonality there that you can draw out in the beginning, do that. When you leave a conversation, look that person in the eye again. If you get a chance to shake their hand, do it. Tell them thanks for coming. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to talking to you again later during Rush. Make them feel important. Make them feel good. So those are some quick tips. I hope they're useful. We'll talk more over the next couple of weeks as we get ready for Rush. But I hope the rest of Rush School and DU Week goes well, and we'll see you guys real soon. Good night.